Hello and welcome to a new video, and as you can see, it's a video game and it's of the game Dead Space. Now this is the remake of the classic Dead Space game, which was originally released for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. And with the original game, I absolutely loved it. I loved the actual story plot in terms of how the game and the story was unraveling. There was obviously lots of horror, so if you're into the Resident Evil games, then this will be just up your street. So again, really loved the original, and I've played it multiple times, and that's how much I loved the original. They would then release Dead Space 2, which for me was even better in terms of the graphics, certain upgrades. The character Isaac could talk, which he couldn't do in the original, and it was a worthy sequel to the first game. They would then release Dead Space 3, which had a lot of changes in it, which I think seemed to have put people off in terms of the weapon upgrades and the two-player element in the actual game. I never played it two-player with Dead Space 3, but I did do the weapons upgrades where you can customize and make your own weapon, so you could have a shotgun with flames in it, or whatever, how you wanted to do instead of customizing it. So I thought that part of it was great. And they did release DLC, I think maybe for the second one, which I'm not 100% sure, but definitely with the third one. And you could get other customizable upgrades where you could, microtransactions, I suppose that's what they call it, where you could get weapon upgrades for both Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3. They would then release a light gun game called Dead Space Extraction, which came out for the Nintendo Wii, and then that game was released years later on other different console formats, which I'm not as to hand as to which ones they released on. But I remember playing that light gun game and actually really enjoying it. Although I don't think I completed it, but I've still actually owned the game. So for me, Dead Space, I mean, I've got a lot of history of the game, and I've absolutely loved it. So when I heard that EA were going to be remaking Dead Space with modern graphics, obviously that was a simple must for me. Now I've played both Dead Space Remaker, as that's what I'll be calling it, on both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X via the EA Plays app, because at the time, obviously, if you get a month's membership to EA Plays, at one point it was $3.99, although it's $5.99 now here in the UK. Every so often they used to do deals where you used to get it for 99p for a month. So what I basically ended up doing was completing it again on I completed it on the PlayStation 5, and then I did it again on Xbox Series X to see if there's any difference. And pretty much in terms of graphics, and unless obviously you can measure the frame rate, to me they didn't seem to be much difference in terms of the way the graphics looked. They pretty much looked exactly the same. And so yeah, I've played it, and obviously I don't have the EA Plays anymore, so obviously you don't have the digital license to it. And I've always been on various different sales on whether it's on the Xbox store or on a PlayStation store. It's something that I would have loved, and obviously you can see here if I've got it, that would love to have a physical copy of the actual remake. But as I said before, I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to be doing a playthrough of it now that I know what how the game kind of runs. But they've done lots of, it basically keeps very faithful to the original version of Dead Space, but obviously with better graphics. Isaac can talk now, and they've added some new elements in the game where they've added optional missions in the actual game as well. And in terms of the way the creatures behave and when they move, it's a lot different from how it was in the original. And from what I remember, the actual upgrading in the game is very different. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I've been waiting for like a decent enough price drop, whether it was brand new, whether it was on the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. I was really looking for a good price for it, and as you can see here, I saw this in my local CX, and normally it's £12, and it can fluctuate between £12 and £10. When I saw it for 8, I thought to myself that was an absolute bargain for me, because again, anywhere you can save a little bit of money on a game is something worth getting. So yeah, I managed to pick this up. Now, from what I've heard, they're not going to be making a sequel, which is really disappointing. From what I've been hearing, it's probably to do with the amount of sales that that the game sold by. And for me, it was a fantastic game. So can you imagine what they could have done with Dead Space 2, with the next gen capabilities of the game, and then even expanding what you could do in Dead Space 2, and even getting to Dead Space 3 and rectifying some of the things that people didn't like about Dead Space 3, which would have given people a new lease of life. And then even possibly, who knows, we could have got like a Dead Space 4. And by the looks of things, obviously we're not going to get that, which is a bit disappointing, which it would have been, I really looking forward to them possibly down the line doing a remake of Dead Space 2, and possibly even 3, and even possibly giving us a whole new story. But strange things have happened, right where, things down the change. And it's a big franchise, so, who knows, maybe this might change in the future. But for the time being, it looks like we won't be getting another remake or even a possible, new sequel to the actual Dead Space franchise, which is a real shame, really, because it's actually a really good game. The franchise has been, and particularly with this remake. So, as you can see, this will only run on the Xbox Series X. Obviously, it won't run on the Series S, because obviously there's no disk drive. And obviously, it will not run on Xbox One, because obviously it's using the next gen capabilities of the Series X console. So, kind of bear that in mind. If you've got an Xbox One, it's not going to work on there. And obviously, the game is available on PlayStation 5 as well, and along with obviously PC and Steam as well. So it'll probably, but obviously prices will vary in terms of how much the game will be. And who knows, maybe it might even appear on the Switch too. But again, I can't see EA bothering. So again, and then what's really great about the original Dead Space games on the 360, whether it's Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, if you've got the physical versions of the actual game, they're backward compatible on the Xbox One, and also on the Series X as well. So you can still get to play the original as well. So that's kind of really great that you're able to kind of do that. I didn't realize that there was actually some damage to the actual case. Obviously they've put a sticker on, so you can't see some of it. There's a little bit of the plastic there, which you can probably see there. And you can see here there as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap the cases with one of my old FIFA games. So I've got FIFA 19. So I'm just gonna swap out the case with that, because also I don't really play FIFA 19 anymore, and it's not really worth anything. So I might just swap out the case of about half, and then give it a better case. If you bear with me a minute, I should get my glasses to look at the back of the actual game itself, which tells you what you can do. Obviously, as I did say, the upgrade system is a little bit different in the remake. Got my glasses ready. And it says humanity ends here. It says immerse yourself in sci-fi horror. Explore a stunning setting full of unpredictable and tense moments, which is very true, because the jump scares in this are unbelievable. Unravel the USG Ishimura mystery, uncover the dark secrets behind the events aboard the ship. Improvise to survive. Utilize your tools to strategically defeat enemies and with precision. The sci-fi survival horror classic Dead Space returns, completely rebuilt from the ground up to offer a deeper and more immersive experience. Explore the deep space mining ship, the USG Ishimura. As an engineer, Isaac Clarke, what starts as a routine repair mission quickly turns into a battle for survival as the truth behind the horrors on board begin to unravel. And it says Xbox Series X, optimized for the Xbox Series X. It's single player, 4K Ultra HD, HDR10, ray tracing, and 3D spatial sound. So obviously with all the horror that's going on, you're going to be totally immersed with all the sound in it as well. But as I said before, it's really great that to me that this is like Resident Evil 4, like the Resident Evil 4 remake as an example. This is, for example, for me, is of how you do a remake done right. And that's what's a shame that they're not going to be continuing, obviously remaking the next game, or even making a fourth game. So it's a real shame, really. And it's kind of really great that how the voice actor for Isaac that they used in Dead Space 2 and 3, they've used the same. They brought back the same voice actor to voice the Isaac in the remake. So I think that's a nice touch as well. The other characters, from what I've seen and I've seen on IMDb, I think they've recast most of the voice actors for the characters that were in the original. So it's kind of nice that they've used the original Isaac Clarke actor to finally give him a voice in Dead Space remake, because in the original Dead Space 1, the character never spoke. Some people prefer the character not speaking because it gave that sense of immersion, and some people actually like the character speaking. So it doesn't bother me either way. But as I said before, this is a remake done well, or done right in my book. We'll take the sticker off here. Okay, it's not going to matter. It's got this sticky residue because that's the point. I'm just going to replace the cover. And then we've got the game here. We'll see now, no instructions anymore, which I've done away with a long time ago. The disc, so now have a look at it to make sure it's in great condition. There's a little bit of a fingerprint, but I can, I can get rid of that very easily with a lint-free cloth. So that's not going to be too difficult to get rid of. It's going to be really easy. But yeah, I'm really glad that finally that I do have a physical copy of Dead Space. And as I said before, I've played it both on PS5 and the Xbox Series X. And at some point, what I will do is I will do a playthrough of the game via Twitch, and I will upload the parts to YouTube at some point as well. Hopefully, I don't remember there being any copyright music in it. So yeah, this is Dead Space remake for the Xbox Series X, also available for the PlayStation 5 and PC and Steam. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please feel free to share your friends and family. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate that. That allows people to find my YouTube channel and content. This is because of the YouTube algorithms favour the bigger YouTubers, so their channels get advertised on the YouTube recommendation page. So it will be nice to get some more subscribers who can check out my content. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing if you're into stuff like this, whether it's video game unboxings, video game playthroughs, Blu-ray and Blu-ray Steelbook unboxings, my Blu-ray and Blu-ray Steelbook collection, and also my special edition DVD collections. I also, by the time you would have seen uploaded this, you would have seen my VHS video in regards of the Back to the Future movie, and obviously VHS was the format before DVD, and I will be doing Back to the Future Part 2 on VHS, and also Back to the Future Part 3 on VHS as well, which all three were kindly donated to me by a friend of mine. So a big thank you to that person for donating me those VHSs, and I still have my VHS player somewhere, so who knows, I might even showcase that if I can remember where it is. Also, I'd showcase comics, old and new, my comic book collection, comic book graphic novels, comic book statues and figures. I did buy some figures over Christmas and over New Year's, and I do have some statues figures from the previous Christmas and the previous January sales and the previous birthdays as well, and they will be DC and Marvel. Check out my Superboy Prime unboxing video on my channel, which the figure stands proudly on my Blu-ray bookcase, and it's an absolutely fantastic figure. So if you haven't already checked out the video, please check out that video on my channel. and I definitely recommend picking up the figure if you're a Superman fan or even a DC or generally speaking a superhero fan. I do beauty products, whether it's facial washes, shower gels, bath salts, aftershaves, etc, etc. So there's tons of stuff that I do in regards of that. Art books, whether they're TV, movie and video game related. I've already done the Black Panther Wakanda hardback art book, and I've already done the art and making of Pacific Rim Uprising, which would have been uploaded by the time this video is put on my YouTube channel. And I've got many more art books to showcase, which I got in Christmas and for the January sales, and even art books that I've got in my collection that I had for quite some time, and most of them, believe it or not, are actually James Bond related. So if you're a James Bond fan, I think you're absolutely going to love that. I also do gadgets as well and memorabilia. I've got the memorabilia side of things. I've got something related to Back to the Future, which I think people are going to absolutely enjoy. Also, I'll do clothing pickups as well. I've already done the Puma unboxing video, which you can check out my channel. I've got a couple more footwear videos that will be upcoming on my channel, and a couple more clothing items as well that will be coming up as well. I've also done appliances, whether it's been a microwave unboxing, a Vax carpet cleaner, and a Vax vacuum cleaner as well, which I will be doing reviews on those particular items as well. I'm telling you what over the last maybe few months or even a year, as to whether they have fulfilled what the items are supposed to do. So keep a lookout for those videos. I also do a monthly vlog telling you what I've been up to for the next what I've been up to for the current month and what I've been up to for the next month. I also do YouTube rants, which I do those when they deem necessary, when to certain events. Also YouTube shorts as well that I do, movie and TV show recommendations and reviews, and obviously it's going to be my thoughts on the actual movie, because obviously people's going to have a different objective opinion on what they think of a TV show or movie, so kind of bear that in mind. That everybody's got different tastes, so be kind of polite and patient when it comes to the actual reviews, and respectful. So and there's probably much more stuff, and also accessories, whether or not they're for consoles, mobile phones, or even laptops, and etc, etc. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff on my YouTube channel, and there will be plenty of more content coming up over the coming days, weeks, months, and throughout 2025. So please, if you like what you see, then give my channel a subscription. In 2023, Christmas 2023, we hit 500 subs. In early 2024, we hit 600 subs. And as of the last couple of days of March, we've hit over 800 plus YouTube subscribers. So a big thanks to the subscribers, old and new. I really appreciate all those who subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you're loving the content and enjoying it as well. If there's any questions that you want answered about a particular product, then please feel free to leave a question, and I'll do the best I can to get around to answering it. So again, big thank you to all those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate all of you. Hopefully we can get to 900 subscribers, and then the big 1,000 subscribers as well. Hopefully maybe in the next few months, maybe by the end of the year, maybe by this time next year. So who knows? So again, a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, I do live stream on Twitch. To find me on there, it's the same name as my YouTube name. Just add the numbers 76. If you're still having trouble with trying to find me on there, I will leave the link in the description box so you can find me on there. I don't have a set schedule in terms of when I live stream, because it's personal stuff in my life, so I'm always busy, and health issues as well. So it's really hard to dedicate certain days and times of a week when I stream. So it's more of a day-by-day basis. So please give me a follow on there. I also, on a rare occasion, live stream on YouTube. It will be casual games, it'll be beat-em-ups, shoot-em-ups, platform games, sports games, things like that. Even if you do miss the live streams, the videos will be kept up, so you can watch it whenever you want. although it would be nice to have some live viewership when I am streaming. So hit that notification bell in the off chance of when I do live stream. And again, if you can't make it for the live streams, again, the videos will be kept up so you can watch it whenever you want. Anyway, that just leads me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, and I will speak to you again in my next video. Bye for now.